Flocker, while these are out, why don't we let me discuss this topic, because I'm ready to start going. What's going on, Hammerheads? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about why some of your Funko Pops go up in value and why Funko Pops don't go up in value right now. As long as I've been collecting, my favorite part of enjoyment is actually figuring out Funko Pop theories and theories on how many of anything and why it's actually created. When it comes to numbers, when it comes to items from the series, or why they've produced this many at this many time, or if I see a Marvel film on how many Marvel Pops were released and why this Pop was released. Like when Civil War came out, this is the video I haven't done yet, like when Civil War came out and all those Crossbones Pops came, and people were like, why was this Pop introduced into so many Pops during the actual release of this? Even though when you went and saw the film, there was only about less than 5 minutes of actual feature of him. And the simple fact is this, that I love promoting and I love coming up with theories again, is so when these Marvel movies or Disney movies or Star Wars movies, no one actually gets usually a script on how it plays out. Everybody has to have their little parts read to themselves, and they don't get to see anything else. So my theory is during that film was they were only shown just a few parts of the actual trailer or just a few minutes of the actual film. And if you watched the first few minutes of the film, you saw that there was a Crossbones character. So what they do, they made up as many Crossbones as characters that they can, because they are not allowed to see the actual film in process. They will get some pictures of the actual characters, and then the designer will draw it there. Their jobs are incredibly hard, and I understand that through theory and listening and following along and figuring it out on my own. So I did that for you, so there you go. Now, when it comes to Funko Pops, especially because obviously that's one of my biggest collections. It is one of the biggest collections in the country. Duh, no big deal. I'm not proud of it. It's actually quite embarrassing. I would probably have a house right now. So why does some Funko Pops go up in value and some don't? I am going to exclude any Pop that's basically from 2017 on, and talk about strictly Pops that have limited numbered or vaulted Pops that were from back in 2011 up to 2016. In front of me here, you see there's two Tony Tiger Funko Pops. There's two of them, and they're valued at $407 now. Everyone at home is freaking out and going crazy. Why did I trade it? Why did I sell it? Why did I do this? Blah, blah, blah. I could never get it. Well, this is my theory, and this is what a theory fact I would call to use when I'm actually purchasing and buying Pops. Because a lot of these Pops I paid a very minimum price. Recently, it was always stuck at $200, and now it's at $400, right? So why did that happen? What has come up with this? Who pushes this market? So, as you can see, I have two 3,000 piece limited Funko Pops. When a Pop gets added to my collection, it is then off the market. Now there's only 2,998. Boom. Now, these Pops are going back and forth. The people who played flipper price most likely have enough money to actually keep the Pops in their collection. So if they paid whatever it was, $150 at the time, boom, they bought it for flipper price to put in their collection as something they actually want. So then that leaves you with, I say half of them were basically flipped, and that was $1,500 minus 2, so we had $1,498. Now throughout that entire year span, these Pops have been falling into collector's hands, and once they're into a collector's hands, they are now no longer on the market. It's very educational, and it's taken me quite a long while to actually learn all this, to put together. It might seem easy, quick in theory after I explain it to you, but beforehand, you didn't know. Or you thought about it. I don't care. But eventually, after the 1498, find a home, like this, finds a home, it goes down and starts plummeting. Now there's only 1,000. Now there's 500. Now there's 400. Now there's 2. And that is what is pushing the market for these numbered pops. Same thing with your retired pops. The market for them is pushed because of once it falls into a collector's hand, or if the collector throws away the box. That's another different story. That actually helps out the collector because that's just one less actual pop with a box on the market. So then all the auction bids are gone. The pops of these have fell into collectors' collections where they don't sell because obviously they don't need the money. They just like to collect, like myself. And then the hype comes in, like we have always seen with all of these ad icons. It is literally never-ending story of them, which is unreal. So, if the last pop of this actually sold for $200, or $250.92, the next person that puts up a pop is able to put any price he wants on it. He can be on there right now and say, this pop is valued at $800. And he can do that. Know why? Because there's no other listed item for this on the entire market. We see that with Lotso, we see that with Edna, and we see that over and over again. Why these pops have continually to go up. All of a sudden, there might be a Lotso on there for $700, right? Buy it now, and then all of a sudden, what comes up? A bid auction. And when the bid auction takes place, that pop might be valued at $300, like we just seen last week on my live stream. That went from $300 value of a Lotso pop to go over $600. Why? Because the next one in that place is the $700 one that's on the market. It's incredible, it's insane, and it's the way these pops have been growing and raising in value. It's only up to the world that collects these to actually determine what that person considers the value of them. If nobody wants to take this pop here, this one right here is the brand new pop. This one is going to take a few years for this to actually go up and ever to be like this. One, there's so many of these produced all over the place. Excuse me, probably over 10,000. These are 3,000. And the fact that all of these pops have to fall into a collector's hands that will no longer sell it. But that is the real reason why your pop that is a limited number or a vaulted pop that is a common now goes up in price. And there is no ending right now for what price it could be. I hope that video, this video has informed you or helped you on why your pops or pops in general have gone up in value, what keeps them from value, and the ones that do usually stay nice in value are these Tony Tiger pops. The one pops that don't go up in value, which I figured out, is if we just leave another video because I don't want to go on too long. So I'm just going to leave it here. If you guys like this kind of video, this kind of content, this kind of knowledge, make sure you subscribe, like it, and leave me a comment on if you agree or disagree. Honestly, I'll read it and I'll tell you actually exactly how I feel, because as of right now, that is the theory and fact of this. I have so many more. I used to always tell him to that guy Ray, my theories over and over and over. How many pops, how many this, why this one gets produced there, why that one makes that color, what's going to happen with this one, over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's quite fun, and it's one of my favorite parts. So theories are, I guess, officially on the channel. I'll see you here next time. Boom, boom. $407 for these. That's what happens when you collectors control the market. what people are going to do if I take these pops and I list them at whatever price I want, because I know that there's no other listings for these on eBay, the world's largest buying website that we all use. What would somebody do? You can't do anything. If I put Mayor up there for $800 right now, what are you going to do? And say somebody that I've been wanting to get into collecting is wealthy people. Thank God, hold on in. I've been trying to get wealthy people into collecting pops non-stop, so that they don't care about $800. This is like $8 to them or $80 to them, and they just buy it. Boom. Next thing you know, this one comes. All these guys are so hard to find, and so limited number of them that still exist, that I'm trying to get these wealthy people to get involved. Maybe their kids will buy them, and then I can be able to post them up on any price I want, or you guys at home who have these kind of pops can do the same to you. Hope you all can do it. It's fun. It's nice because you know that a collector controls the market, and it's not really a flipper that controls the market, because that's actually the base price for these now. So I'm gonna leave it here. Stop buying those ad icons from the other video that going for over $100. They're only worth $60 to $80 tops. And I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know again. Oh wait, I already hammered out. This was just a bonus clip. I gotta get out of here. I'm tired of crawling. Oh, I want to do another video. Fuck me. 3 videos one day. Oh, I'm saving some time.